Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Probably here have experienced being judged just because you were quiet, just because you've chosen to listen rather than speak. I am Sheila Wood and I'm going to deliver a speech entitled Silent but Not Weak. Who is she? A girl who just stays silent, who cannot deliver a speech flawlessly, who stumbles in presentations, girl who cannot do this and that. They see the silence, but what they don't see is a storm of thoughts, the creativity, and the resilience that cannot always be spoken aloud. Behind her silence is a story untold. Society has always been so quick to judge about silence. Too often, the loudest voices are the ones celebrated, while the quieter ones are dismissed. Yet, silence is a form of wisdom, a choice, born not from ignorance, but from strength. Research says that introverted individuals who are often silent demonstrate higher levels of deep thinking, creativity, as well as problem solving. That is according to Susan Cain in her book, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking in 2012. Their silence is not emptiness, it is reflection, it is observation, it is the courage to listen before speaking. This reminds us that intelligence cannot and should not be measured solely by how confidently one speaks or how loudly one performs. But where does this misunderstanding begin? It often starts in childhood. From an early age, children are praised for speaking, for answering quickly, for being seen. Those who stay quiet are told, be more confident, as if silence is a flaw that needs to be corrected. In classrooms, a child who does not raise her hand is assumed to not know the answer. Yet perhaps the child is carefully weighing her thoughts, silently shaping ideas, or expressing intelligence in ways not immediately visible. Silence does not mean absence. It is presence in different form. A humble presence that does not seek applause, but values timing and meaning. Being silent in the face of mockery does not always mean weakness. Sometimes it just means restraint. It is knowing that not every insult deserves a reply. Not every battle must be fought, and not every truth needs to be shouted to be real. In fact, in a world dominated by noise of social media posts, endless debates, and constant demands for attention, silence itself becomes an act of courage. It is quiet, a quiet protest against the pressure to always perform, a reminder that worth is not defined by volume or visibility. So now, let me ask you, when you see someone who is quiet, will you dismiss them as incapable, or will you pause to wonder about the universe of thoughts they might be carrying? Will you equate their silence with emptiness, or will you recognize it as another language, one that speaks through patience, humility, and reflection rather than noise? Behind silence is a story untold. Behind the girl who seems unsure, who struggles to deliver, who cannot always shine in the world in the way the world demands, is a person of depth, of resilience, and of capability. Her silence is not weakness that needs to be fixed, but a strength to be understood. And perhaps the next time you meet someone who stays quiet, you will realize that silence too has a voice and it speaks volumes. Thank you.